Meet Maria, Brenda, and Mike, a group of teachers at Summit High School. They noticed that staff felt overwhelmed as many new initiatives were introduced one after another. Typically, teachers were brought into a room to listen to an expert talk, with the expectation that they would bring these new practices into their classroom. Their school was about to go through another major transition, a technology initiative where students would receive their own computers. Many teachers felt unprepared to integrate this into their current practice, but Maria, Brenda, and Mike wanted to use this opportunity to transform the culture of change. They defined an opportunity. How might we help teachers embrace change to improve their practice? With this design challenge in hand, they set out to explore. Maria, Brenda, and Mike began to think of solutions that would engage teachers as they navigate upcoming changes at their school. But they quickly realized that they didn't really know what people needed. Before jumping to solutions, they had to understand people's personal experience with change. The team talked to the people affected, teachers, students, and staff, asking them to share stories about when they resisted or embraced change. They also looked beyond education to gather inspiration from different contexts, such as how professional development occurs in hospitals, corporations, and startups. By tapping into their curiosity, they explored how people experience change more broadly, enabling them to see their design challenge from a different perspective. Once Maria, Brenda, and Mike had a better understanding of their design challenge, they reflected on what they had learned. They noticed patterns. People need time to get acclimated to changes. They embrace new initiatives when they are involved in the process, and they resist change when they don't trust the motivations driving it. These led to insights. For instance, they realized that teachers strive towards personalized student learning, but feel that change is delivered as a one-size-fits-all approach. This became one of their design principles, a criteria for any potential solution. Through reflection, they developed an understanding for what people need, what currently exists, and a clear vision for moving forward. Using what they learned from reflection, Maria, Brenda, and Mike now imagined better ways to support teachers at their high school. Through idea generation, they let their imaginations run wild, inspired by what they learned from others. Once they had a large number of concepts, they narrowed it down to one idea that was achievable and had the most potential for impact. They had found a winner, a series of peer-to-peer learning sessions that give teachers unstructured time to explore new initiatives before implementing them in their classrooms. They can focus on what they want, experiment together, and share with each other at their own pace. Excited with their new idea, the team imagined a different way of doing things and were ready to test it with others. The team at Summit High School began sharing their idea with others by experimenting with different prototypes. They used a written scenario and a visualized storyboard to illustrate how their idea would look and feel. They put these prototypes in front of other teachers to assess what resonated and what didn't. From there, they held a sample session with several other teachers and administrators. By observing what happened and conducting follow-up interviews, they understood what needed tweaking and what was working. Their concept quickly evolved based on actual user feedback. By playing with their idea in the early stages of development, Maria, Brenda, and Mike were able to make it better, faster. The teachers at Summit High School have come a long way. They defined their design challenge, explored the topic, reflected on what they learned, imagined a new experience, and played with a promising idea. This process built confidence in their solution and enabled them to present a compelling case to their school administration and colleagues. Encouraged by the response, they took steps to implement their solution, starting small with one department before scaling it up to the whole school. Design thinking transformed their perspective, helping Maria, Brenda, and Mike become leaders of change in their classrooms and school, impacting their teaching practice and generating a better experience for their students and colleagues.